What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Book entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father. Amazon Kindle Create Space. Single mothers shocked by masculine parenting. Okay, I was about to make this video. I'm going to start from where I stopped it on the last one. I was about to upload the other video. Good single mothers sometimes have an issue with their children because the world reinforces that they're good parenting. The child may be rebellious to that good mother's good parenting, and the world reinforces it in the child's like, I've been acting like an ass to my mom, so let me go home and act right. Bad single mothers, children often, for some odd reason, gravitate to it and hold in high esteem like they're an angel, and then the world shows them that your mama ain't all that, and then they wind up beefing as the child gets older. And this is because of male parenting. Like, as far as like men they come across when they're out in public, um, barbershop talk, or mentors, teachers, coaches, just people who may be working or off, and they see people doing things that they should or shouldn't do, or they're looking for guidance out here and they lost. Some kids might be hungry, some stranger might come along, hook them up, have a quick conversation with them, and a lot of times um, it starts very small. Like me personally, I go out somewhere and it starts with them little bitty babies, when they start comprehending, toddlers and all that, and they be they cry, and they might be on the mother's shoulder like this, and they might be trying to act up, and then you say, hey, and the kid be like, and the mother's like, what the hell just happened? It's like, you gotta, you need that balance, and that balance throws women off because too many women are taught that women can be the mother and the father, and I've stated numerous times that you can't be the mother and the father. That just makes you half of the mother because you'll never be a father. So it's an imbalance of energy. You are a mother here, but you trying to be a mother and a father puts you here because now you're only half a mother. Now when a guy who's a father is up here, it balances the dynamics of parenting. So when the kid's so used to this, when they get a little bit of this, they gravitate to it. Same thing goes on. You get out, school age, kids might be out there acting up, like, huh? That's when a teacher or coach might say something, and then the kid's like, yo, okay, I'm changing. I'm gonna do this, and this. This is how you go about trying to achieve a goal. And the mother's like, how did you just get my child? I've been trying to talk sense to this kid for ever and a day. How did you just get him to just? Because men do things differently than women, you know. Um, and this goes with males and females, boys and girls. You know, same thing happens with the little girls. Like they're the guys who are fucking predators that people scared of because they're gonna take advantage of little girls, and then there are the guys who tell little girls, they don't tell little girls all men are bad and all boys are blah blah. We don't do that shit. Like, look, there are gonna be some guys out here who try to take advantage of you. This is how you need to carry yourself. Don't carry yourself in a way that disrespects yourself, because if you carry yourself in a way that disrespects yourself, people are gonna disrespect you. Now forget, and this is without, with racial, social cues and everything, right? So teach young ladies, don't dress like that. Don't think this is cute. If you're gonna act like that with your girlfriends. Don't act like that in public in front of boys, because they're gonna be peeping you. A little girl start to realize, okay, when I'm carrying myself like a lady, I get treated like a lady. When I carry myself unladylike, I get treated unladylike. And then their mothers be like, how did that happen? You know, it's even different when interacting with society, um, because the masculine male part of parenting, whether you related to a child or not, when you go out in public and you see these people trying to bully these kids and these teenagers, and then you as a grown adult come out and say, "Hey, get your goddamn hands off that kid like that." And people go, "Who are you?" I'm who gonna fuck you up if you don't get your goddamn hands off that little kid like that. And then people straighten up, and they'll go home and tell their mother, "Man, I was doing such and such." And sometimes these kids were doing nothing. Sometimes they were doing wrong. When they were doing wrong, people are like, "Hey, you know, handle them, but don't go too far. If you go too far, man, you gonna have an issue." So then these kids start going home like, "Yo, I was at the mall and cop kind of tuned me up for nothing, and this guy just came along and was like, 'Chill out before I knock your ass out.'" And then it's like, whoa, men actually do that? Y'all know we do that. Y'all get all kinds of stories about the shit we do. But it shocks y'all. I don't know why it constantly shocks y'all, but I'm going to get into that. Because some women, some mothers, they buck. I'm guessing because of feminism. They just buck masculinity. And they even buck their own. They can buck their own father. They can buck their brothers, their cousins, and turn right back around and ask for their help. Because sometimes the things that you ladies teach is short-sighted, and y'all don't see the long-term consequences. So when guys try to tell you the long-term consequences, you get defensive and dismissive of what they say, and then over time, it winds up being exactly what these brothers told you it was. And some of y'all create these massive bad situations that once you created these situations, you literally, and I hate to say it like this, you just walk away from it. You created, you teach a child how to lie. When a child's lying to everybody, you just walk away like nothing ever happened. You teach a child to be disrespectful, and then people tell you don't do that, and then you keep it up, and the child's going out in public, and they're disrespectful, and you just walk away like nothing ever happened. And when they come across men, it's like, "Look, kid, don't do that. Do this. That's not going to work for you. Because what's going to wind up happening is this. Because masculine parenting lets you know how the world is really going to treat you. Because when children deal with men, off top, they understand that the men have the physicality to hurt them. So now they're coming from a place where, okay, if this person could grab me and just throw me around like a rag doll at their will, and they're telling me don't do this because that will cause these type of situations, I'm going to listen to that person. Because if I'm that out of line, and even teenagers sometimes who try to buck men because the testosterone starts kicking in, and then sometimes you got to put a little boy down like, look kid, me and you might even be the same height and weight, but I'm grown and you a kid. You ain't that strong. You just think you that strong. You feel this difference? Yeah, you do, don't you? And that's when it's like, oh shit, I got to man up. I got to do some things. Yes. And speaking of fear, the shock is partially fear because some of you ladies, mothers are parenting out of fear. The guys you dating and not dating is out of fear, whether it's a rational fear or irrational fear. And I think the problem is a lot of times it teeters on irrational fears. And when it does that, when you're so irrational that life sends you rational male figures, it really chops down that bad ideology. And it throws you into a culture shock because it's like, wait, men actually like that? Men actually do this? Men actually can know what they're doing? Men actually are sending these children in the right directions? And as these women get older and their parenting skills, they start to realize how off-center they were, they start gravitating to more and more men. Sometimes to help themselves more than their children. But that's why a lot of guys who've dated single mothers had no problems breaking up with the single mother, but had real problems with the bond that was broken between them and the child, because usually they got along well. They they gravitated to their energy and their actual care for them. Sometimes people don't speak about this, but there are a lot of guys who've dated single mothers who child probably feel like that guy probably cared more than their mother does, and that's just crazy, but it's true. And that could be male or female, child. So sometimes the shock is they don't realize how well the balance will work if you just step back and try and stop trying to be half of a father and be a whole mother, and a guy will step in and be a father. I understand this, and people say, "Where's the father at?" Let's not act like that. Like along the way, they're not just some of these guys are deadbeats. Some of these guys are on the wrong end of parental alienation, and because of that, those mothers have created obstacles for these fathers where them and the child will wind up beefing, and the child is used to beefing with their other parent, and the mother is not going to say that they taught these habits, but over time these children find this out. You know, that's what I meant when I started this video. Like when that happens, then the child and the mother get into it on a constant basis. That's why you see a lot of women actually needing help as their children are teenagers, because that's when they come to find out through other men that may be mentoring them. They put two and two together. My father told me that. My father told me that. My father told me that. My mother told me not to listen to my dad. But what my dad was telling me was right, now that this other person is telling me to do it and it works. So they start associating success with what their father taught them, and these mentors taught them, because they were normally on the same page. And then they start attributing their failures to their mother, and they don't want to listen to their mother, and they start disrespecting their mother, because that's the what goes around comes around aspect of it. So man, yeah, I probably could do more on this, but we out. Peace.